For those of you who haven't played Path of Exile 1, I wouldn't say that it's pay to win. You can definitely gain an advantage by having more bank slots, but you can complete all of the main game up to end game without needing to pay anything. And they're one of the few games and the few companies that I would feel completely justified giving money to based on the amount of hours I played the game for. Also, do remember, if this is intimidating you, you don't need any of this. I've played for hundreds of hours, and I think I've spent 20 quid, if that, to get some bank expansions. But you didn't even need those. I was just lazy and didn't want to throw things away. So all of these cosmetics, all these overrides,
Good take.
They're not mechanical advantages. You won't need them. You can play this game for hundreds of hours. If it was genuinely pay to win, it would have died years ago.
Yeah, true.
People get annoyed at me that I defend Path of Exile for the way that it monetizes itself, but I think it's the most fair way of doing it while still paying back the massive cost it took to make it. Consider it like this: if you don't need a bank expansion,
a part of me though is like, why are they doing like crowdfunding style fucking donation drive whenever they are super successful? Like, why do they allow you to spend so much money? Because that to me seems a little bit. There's definitely a little bit of because the whale's got to buy it, right? You know the whale's got to buy it. They don't want to miss out. There's like a whole FOMO element. I don't know. To me, the fucking Giga Supporter Pack thing, entirely optional, but I feel like it is still slightly like, bro, come on, like, top pack be like $200 or something, like $480, dog. I'm buying because the whale's gonna buy it, bro. It's just logic. So like there's like a FOMO part of your brain. This thing's going away forever. You can only get it this one time, and they literally every single time they warn you like 5 times. It's going away forever. It's going away forever. It's going away forever. They keep saying this. Like, they will say it a lot. And it's your last chance for $80. It seems okay. I've spent the most money out of any game. Well, actually, do you know what? It's 'cause I'm a streamer though. Like, shouldn't there be a limit? It'd be like streamers who donate super large donations out of one person. There's like, you shouldn't do that. It's really bad. That's why most streamers will like, think it's super cringe if you're donating a bunch of money to like one guy, like going like crazy, right? Like, it's gonna be, And people are even putting limits on donors they can take. They're putting limits on donors they can take. What I'm trying to say is, I get the founder tier pack things at the beginning, the crowdfunding pack things at the beginning, where, we are starting up a business and you need lots of capital to get going and get the game engine up and running. But the thing is, they are super successful at this point, and they obviously have to make tons of money. And most people don't buy those super packs, but like they are. There's no doubt the big dick packs. They are kind of exploiting the big whales quite hard because they have to buy it. They cannot not do it. They will always buy. There is going to be a group of people who always buy the most expensive pack. Good, fuck them. Well, it's just slightly predatory is what I'm saying. It is slightly. It is. Just like when PoE put in straight up loot boxes with full RNG in them. That was very predatory. Like, GGG have done predatory shit in the past. With with the old loot boxes before it was fully deterministic, those were like sus. They put them in the game, and you could open a box 1,000 times and not get the item you want, and they cost money. That was predatory. Now, it wasn't pay to win, but it was the way they monetized it was predatory. And then they changed it so you can't get duplicates, which then made it, okay, this is just like an expensive way of giving you MTX. And what I'm saying is, having a big supporter pack thing, it's kind of crazy, bro. I wonder why they still do it for PoE 2. The 85 Q take. Well, how do you not understand? It's like if fucking any game just allowed you to just spend infinite money versus having a fight. Okay, Terraria. Doesn't matter how much you like Terraria, you can only spend $5 on Terraria. Okay? Terraria, it doesn't matter how much you can only spend $5. The dev could put in a thing where, oh, there's MTX for Terraria, and you spend $100 for this MTX, $200 for this MTX, $400 for this MTX, $500 for that MTX. Guess what? A bunch of people are instantly going to buy the $500 thing. People get straight away. You can do that. GG can make it any number. They can make it any number. Tax the rich. You gotta understand, most of these guys who are buying these big packs aren't necessarily rich. They're just very financially retarded, right? They're not rich. They're just idiots. Which is why I wonder why they don't put a lower cap on the biggest supporter packs. In my opinion, to me, I feel like 480 is kind of ridiculous. Hey, I'm totally fine with the supporter pack thing. I'm gonna buy the biggest one every time, regardless. If they set the biggest supporter pack at $1,000, I would still buy it, bro. I'm literally the person that they're taking advantage of. But 480 is just a bit high, and I feel like for PoE2 they could have set a new standard. But then I don't know, maybe they're just like, all right, why would we change anything? They probably just don't want to change anything, right? I don't know. Do you understand how whale milking works? And do you understand why it's predatory? So do you know, chat? Do you know in mobile games? Do you know where the majority of income comes from? From the whales. It's literally this. It's like 1, 2, 3% of people. Some tiny amount, right? We're talking single-digit % of people generate the vast majority of all income for the game, and it's because they're abusing these people who are basically they're abusing people who do not have certain parts of their brain which allow them to control. They have low self-control. They're abusing people. So I wonder, what does that distribution graph look like for Path of Exile? I wonder, because think about it. Like, is it the majority of money coming from the whales who are buying the $480 packs? Right? Is it the complete majority of people? And then, is that necessarily ethical? Like, okay, what's more ethical? Every single person needs to pay like $10 to get in, or $2 to get in, right? And that's all you can do. Like, so Terraria, everyone has to pay $5 to get into the game. Okay, it's the guy who's a millionaire. He makes tons of money. The guy's wealthy, set for life, fucking super successful. You know, Relogic's popping off. Okay, or they say, yo, you can get him for free, but like there's like a near infinite cap. You know, you can spend easily $10,000 on a game, and then a small percentage of people pay for the majority of the game, and it's like far more impactful on those people. I don't know, dude. That's the thing. I feel like it's just more predatory, bro. And I feel like PoE2 doesn't necessarily need it, bro. I mean, but then again, I don't look at their financial statements. I'm guessing it looks like something like this. It's probably massively lopsided. Like a small percentage of people pay for the majority of PoE, and like most people don't actually spend money. But the people who do spend money spend fuck tons, right? That's likely what it is. Which then that's predatory by nature, right?
A joke.
Because it's the best ARPG ever made, and it is ultimately, you know, you don't have to smoke crack, you don't need to do drugs, you don't need to do whatever. Like you can just choose not to, right? At the end of the day, you can just choose not to. Yeah. Spending money can absolutely be addictive. People have spending problems. That's literally just their addictions. There's tons of behavioral addictions. Dude, gaming addictions. What are you talking about? There's so many behavioral addictions. You can yes, 100%. This is what you're talking about. You were linking a video of whale milk.
Early access, they released almost the entire game. Some of you in the chat right now are extremely upset, screaming that Path of Exile and Path of Exile 2 are going to be pay-to-win. Pay-to-win exists on a scale, on a spectrum, from really egregious to it's not pay-to-win at all. You can definitely...
See, I'm not making any argument about pay-to-win. I think the game is absolutely a tiny bit pay-to-win, but mostly not. It's the game is like 5% pay-to-win or something. That's it. I've got no gripes with that system. That I at no point am I worried that the game's going to be pay-to-win. My gripe is with how predatory it is on the people who, like the very few percent of people who spend absolutely fuck tons of money on the game. That's my gripe.
An advantage by buying bank tabs, but I believe that where Path of Exile and Path of Exile 2 sit on that scale is acceptable for the amount of game that you get.
Turned into this megalithic.
What have you done?
Now we have 50, aiming to be 100. Honestly, probably later, several more 100 once all the end games, everything start to evolve and more expansions comes out. And I'm like, yep, we maybe just made 100 times more work for ourselves, but 100%.
No, hang on. Twitch chat. Josh keeps his national insurance card in his boomer phone case. No, I don't. That's my Costco executive membership card. Thank you very much.
What the?
That might be more boomer, I
He's
just
got a boomer.
realised. I think people that see this monetization as unfair have not played actually unfair monetization games. Even if Path of Exile 2 was paid,
I think like you can have games that are not pay to win, right? And then they can have predatory monetization though. That's the issue, right? Again, I don't think Path of Exile's like get paid to win. I think it's very, 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 very slightly pay to win, and it's totally acceptable, and there's no problem with it because any reasonable person who's spending that much, like playing the game that much, dude, if you're playing the game for 1,000 hours, you could afford to drop $20 on it. But yeah,
to win, which I don't believe it is.
you can still scam the fuck out of people who have spending problems. Like you can definitely do that. GG could. Okay, chat. Ask this question: if they put in a $3,000 supporter pack, would you still support it and be like, "Yo, that's chill"? If they expanded the range by an extra 10 tiers and it went all up to 3K, would you still support it? Nah, see, I'd be like, nah, you're taking the piss. You're taking the piss. And I think like 480's taking the piss. I think 480's taking the piss. It is taking the piss. At this point, you're doing PoE 2. You're super successful. You're not a Kickstarter anymore, right? You're not a Kickstarter anymore. You've got capital. You're literally owned by Tencent. Okay.
Imagine the absolute strength when someone comes up to you and goes, "Oh yes, I spent several £1,000s and now I'm the best in the world at this system." And you can reply, "I haven't even engaged with that system. I don't even know what that system is. I'm not even involved in that part of the end game. I've got no idea what you're even doing." And you wouldn't even be lying. The game is that big. I was planning on seeing my family over Christmas, but I might need to give my mum a call and tell her that, look, I love her, but this just has more skill trees. Actually, if I dodge my family this year to play Path of Exile 2 over Christmas, I do gain points in the family dodging skill tree, which would allow me to dodge my family more easy. And next year, at various conventions, at various other events,
there it is.
if you put enough points into the family dodging skill tree, you don't even need to go to like Halloween or
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
you got
It's
no
great.
family.
If you want to think of the original...
I was max spec family dodge, bro. Max spec. I would go literally. I went like, bro, I'd be living within an hour and 30 minutes of my parents, and I didn't see them for like a year, 2 years. Okay, I'm giga spec, bro, straight up.
Base Path of Exile 2 character without paying anything as
Goddamn.
a demo, and then once you've played for several hundred hours, you spend some money to unlock the ability to have more storage. That's
Not anymore.
fine.
I see my parents all the time now, by the way. To be honest, I remember actually one time I was just like at home. It was like Christmas, and everyone was talking about Christmas stuff, and I was just playing World of Warcraft alone in my fucking flat. And I was like, this is a little bit. I was like, yeah, this is a little bit sad. But then I was like, I got World of Warcraft. And I just keep playing World of Warcraft and didn't give a fuck. Didn't give a fuck, bro.
It's the same way that WinRAR is a demo, and
Oh,
then
everyone
you can
logs
pay
out
to
on Christmas.
unlock the ability to do more with it, but you don't need to. Some people in the chat are confused about the price. The $30 is the early access pack. After that, it will transition to a free-to-play model the same way that Path of Exile 1 is. There's an interesting argument going on in the chat currently about whether the value provided by the game is worth the things that are locked behind needing to be purchased, such as bank slots or extra storage areas or things like that, or the cosmetics or things like that. I believe that Grinding Gear Games has been one of the most direct and the most honest gaming companies making a game. They've told you what they're going to give you, they've told you what they can provide, they've told you what you can buy, and there is a huge amount of audience trust there. Now, not everyone trusts them. That's absolutely fine. I personally do. I think that if they want...
If you think that they're gonna make the game pay to win out of nowhere, like you're an idiot. You're an idiot because they can't do that. They can't. No, you're a complete idiot. If you think they're gonna make the game fucking giga pay to win somehow, you like they literally cannot. Their entire player base would implode. It would be suicide, and they know that. Like they know that. They've talked so much of shit, and they've high horsed the fuck out of their game, being like, they can't like. Do you know what? This was the first. Actually, do you know what? Chris Wilson, every single time he would do an MTX thing, he'd always be like, "It's really important to note, none of these things offer any power. This is purely cosmetic." And you know what, Jonathan? I actually was cognizant of the fact that he did not say that in that most recent one, which I was like, huh. But then I was like, Jonathan just does it different. He just does it different. I mean, dude, there's no way. Mark and everyone, even if Jonathan was like, we're going to add pay to win in, he's not. He's anti-pay to win. Dude, you got to understand, these are D2 Andes, bro. They're D2 Andes. All right? What's that? This is that they do not like pay to win. They hate pay to win. They talk shit about pay to win on so many different occasions. There is just no way they would ever make a pay to win. There's no way. Now, don't get me wrong. The game is like 2% pay to win, but it's totally ethical pay to win. It's like bank slot. You can. There was a guy who was for years destroying everyone with a complete free to play account, no bank tabs, nothing. Some guy from China, and he just and it does like the advantage you get from having an extra stash tab or two and having a currency tab. It's barely calculable. The biggest difference is going to be how good you are and how good your build is. That's it. Elilia RF was his name, yeah.
To make a little more money, they could have used underhanded tactics for the last couple of years. But had they have done that, we would not be sat here now looking at Path of Exile 2. If they had been as unscrupulous as people accuse them of being, this wouldn't exist. It is undeniable that there are a lot of people who just want to complain about something not being perfect. If you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. If you don't want to do
complaining Annie's, bro.
You can join me and play Path of Exile 2 when it comes out.
Imagine not playing PE2. Bro, I've seen some PE2 haters, man. I've seen some PE2 haters. Bro, someone linked me like it was like a Rob from the block tweet. Someone needs to find it. Wait, can we get that? And there's like PoE haters and they're like D4 defenders. And they're just like, oh man, the amount of cope these guys are on is insane.
Have a fun time together. I don't want to mute these guys often because what they're saying is fantastic, but everything in chat doesn't need to be addressed. Ultimately, video games are a hobby.
Well, he's muting the fucking interview and talking live? I thought this was in post.
Your hobby, and they are fun and they are enjoyable. All hobbies ask a small amount of financial investment from you. Sometimes they ask a large amount of financial investment from you. I can't talk. I play Magic the Gathering and Warhammer. I have two expensive hobbies. I believe the value proposition that Path of Exile 1 has given me over the years is...
Wait, he plays Magic the Gathering and Warhammer. Wait, is this all just a facade, and does he smell in real life, do you think? Do you think he smells? I want to go to his house and smell his house. Like, both Magic the Gathering and Warhammer, bro. Dude, he must, like, dude. Like, he must just dress up to look all flash on stream, but actually, I mean, I've gone to the Magic Gathering fucking Warhammer stores, bro. Okay, I know what that breed is like.
While I have the expendable income to be able to enjoy Path of Exile 1 to a degree that I think is fun. Thankfully, that amount is remarkably low compared to a lot of other hobbies. I believe Path of Exile 2 will give a value proposition that allows you to enjoy it for a remarkably low cost. Ultimately free unless you want to do more complicated stuff. The more complicated stuff you want to do, the more money it may ask of you, or the more money that would be an advantage to you. It's a value proposition. These are your hobbies.
This is a flat. This is PoE. This is PoE pay to win, bro. This is like 100% PoE, like pay to win. This is like literally the entire game is pay to win, right? And this is like the game is completely not pay to win. That's like that. What that is that game is free and there's nothing money can do to give you any advantage. And this is PoE. This is PoE. You got a little thing. There it is. If you get over this barrier here, it's a barrier. If you get over this barrier, that's it. There's nothing else money can buy. Once you're over that barrier, this is like just bank tabs, and this is literally just buying bank tabs. The premium bank tabs and the currency tabs and all that. Compared to others, okay, this is like Diablo Immortal. So Diablo Immortal's up here. Even this is too high. I mean, Diablo Immortal's just at the top, right? You can't even fit it. It's just a game like the person with more money wins. That's it. This is like mobile games. I don't know. World of Warcraft is like here. World of Warcraft is solid in the middle. This is like WoW. So you get WoW here. This is PoE. PoE. PoE needs to be lower though. Actually, it needs to be lower. It's like 2 or 3% pay to. It's not even pay to win. Again, you just get over that barrier and you're done. Oh shit. Where are you going? Wait, what are you trying to say? Am I playing? Did I climb the ladder of pay to win and I did destroy the competition inside, Diablo Immortal? Yeah, no, it's not. This is incorrect. I actually need to fix this. PoE is literally like. So we gotta get this. We gotta get the eraser here, Chad. Get the little eraser. PoE is actually not there. PoE is. We're talking like. You just have to have like, whatever it is, $30. That's it. That's PoE. You just gotta have. If you have like $30, you're good. You're good. Nice eraser control. What can I say, bro? That's it. It's not like you need to invest more or anything. Nah, fuck that.
You enjoy them, spend money.
Doesn't matter how small it is, pay to win. Even well, that's like saying any game that's not completely free is pay to win, which is true. Yes, 100%. So like, yes, Terraria is down here, bro. This is Terraria. It's got like a fucking. There's a little wall there. It's a 1 pixel wall of Terraria. Look, this is Terraria. Because there's actually a $5 paywall. And you could say like, well, no, that doesn't count because you had to, we don't count buying the game. Well, that's stupid. Apply that logic to a game that costs $10,000. There's instantly like that's like saying, yeah, no, there's no. The game's got no pay to win. You just have to buy the game for $10,000. No, there is a wall. Any barrier to entry is a barrier to entry. So the ultimate game that's ultimate not pay to win is literally free, and there is no pay to win. That's it. If your game costs money, it's a little bit pay to win. The baseline for PoE is like whatever it is, $40, $30. I don't know how much it is. It's like $40 or something, or $50. Is it League of Legends? No, I think you can get your heroes unlocked a little bit faster. I think League of Legends is probably the example of a non-pay to win game. Or Dota 2. Yeah, it's Dota 2. Yeah, do you just get it? Yeah, it's like Dota 2 and League. You cannot pay to win. Dota 2 is Dota 2 plus. League is worse. The second there's a price tag on a game, it becomes a little bit pay to win because there's a barrier to entry, and you can't. Your argument of like, no, it doesn't count. The game cost doesn't count. That's stupid because what if the game was like $500? Then it does count because literally you're getting filtered out by the price of the game. Now the barrier is just really low. The cheaper the game is, the lower the barrier is. That's it. It's pretty simple.
On them. If you don't enjoy them, don't. The amount of money they're asking you to spend, I think, is remarkably fair for the amount of value they're giving you if this is your hobby. Oh, for anyone unsure, yes, they have confirmed that microtransactions to purchase stash tabs will apply to both Path of Exile 1 and 2. And you know what? I like Path of Exile. And for everyone in the chat that tells me it's a bad game, I'm going to buy even more stash tabs. I'm going to buy them and not even use them. I don't think they have enough endgame for release, to be honest. I think people are going to blitz through this in about a week. If they keep putting out fires, fixing and recalibrating, they actually gain points in the putting out fires skill tree, the fixing skill tree, and the recalibrating skill tree, which are 3 different skill trees which each have their own currency and each have their own end boss as well. Some people in this chat right now are very much powering through the complaining skill tree, which is worrying me because they're getting a lot of points and eventually they will unlock the can I talk to the manager skill. A good way of looking at microtransactions is how do you feel that transaction went after you have given the company your money? Have you ever been in a position where you have given a company your money and you felt that you have got an exceptionally good amount of kind of quality and quantity out of that? I've felt that in a couple of times. When I've given my money to Factorio, I feel that I've got one hell of an amount of content back from it. When I gave my money to Portal, I felt that I got a hell of a lot back from it. When I gave my money to The Witcher 3, I felt I got a
Wait, how much money? How do you get money at Portal? Wait. Portal was like a great experience. It's like it was when I got Portal, it was like a premium experience. But I don't know what I'd say, like, it was one of the best games I've ever played, but only for 3.6 hours. It's like watching a really, really good movie or something.
Time I have given money to Grinding Gear games,
but the story was the main thing.
That I have got more out of that transaction than they have. And that is why I think that I consider this a fair transaction, a fair trade for the amount of game for the amount of cash. I have never given Grinding Gear games money and felt that I haven't been given a worthwhile product.
Do you know what? I did just feel that regret and you know what it was? It was the $132 of shipping. What he's describing right now, when I had to send them $130 and it was like, this $132 is for shipping, I felt like I was getting scammed. I'm gonna be honest, I did, and I even sent a message to the community manager. I said, "Dude, this can't be right." Like, but I paid it anyway. Like, whatever. But yeah, that can't be. There's no possible way $132 is right. There's something wrong with their calculation. Like, what are they? Are they sending it in 3 separate packages, and then also like they're also giving you like a fucking 3 cinder blocks or something each? Do you get multiple cinder blocks? They're packaging it with a cinder block. Like, why does it cost $132? 132 USDs. That makes no sense.
Afterwards. Life is a complicated, stressful thing, and we all have different things to worry about, different things we hope will or won't happen. Ultimately, video games are a fun hobby. If you enjoy them, then give them what time and money you can, and give them the amount of time and money that you think is a worthwhile value trade to you. But ultimately, life is short, and it's not worth...
This is getting deep, bro. This is getting deep, bro. He's getting fundamental, isn't he? What the hell? Life. Dude, what the hell?
Stressing or being angry over something in a video game when there are so many video games and so many other hobbies to go and do.
True.
Path of Exile and grinding gear games have never made me angry with any of the choices they've made. I've disagreed with them, but they've never made me angry. If you are stressed or annoyed or angry at the design of a video game, you can step away and do something.
When they did that change to Energy Shield, when they buffed ES and they nerfed life, I was angry. But the reason I was angry is because I love the game so much and I'm so invested. Okay? It's because I'm so invested. All right, don't get it twisted. It's the level of investment that I have, which is why, you know. But remember when I was like buffing life? Buffing ES and nerfing life? Are they fucking retarded? Did they even play their game? Or whatever it was. Yeah, I was angry.
Something else that makes you happy. This
I'm passionate.
Makes me happy. I think a lot of people get a lot of happiness from Path of Exile 1 and will from Path of Exile 2. If that's not you, that's okay. It doesn't need to appeal to everyone. But I genuinely believe that this game will make more people happy than it makes angry. And if it is making you angry, there are thousands of other games that will be tailored to you. Personally, I'm very excited for this to come out.
I'd be sad. Imagine him not being excited about PoE 2, bro. I'd be sad. Like, that'd be fucking awful. Do you know what I'm worried about? I have 2 major things I'm worried about, chat. 2 major things. Two. There's just 2 major worries about PoE. That's it. I have 2. There's 1 and 2. There's 2. That's it. They're huge though. They're big. Someone has got it. WAST. WAST is my biggest worry. It's my biggest worry. My second biggest worry, static. Someone got it in chat. It's static bosses. Literally, if there's no static bosses and wasting sucks, but it's overpowered, they're gonna be awful. That's the worst case scenario for me. Like, wast is literally 2 times as good as playing click to move, and it's fucking awful, and I hate it. Right? That would be like worst case scenario. And then not having static bosses would just ruin the end game for me. It would completely ruin the end game for me. Annihilate it. Destroy it, bro. But now, so I'm hoping WAST is going to be amazing. It's going to be sick, and I'm going to love it. And it's going to be all the penultimate bosses and the pinnacle bosses are going to be static.